Hello, everybody. It's me, Revian, and today we're here to watch another death battle. It's Wile Coyote versus Tom the cat, and all I gotta say is, it has to be Wiley. They both take some serious damage. Wile Coyote's like falling off cliffs, getting getting blown up. At worst, Tom I think is getting chopped to pieces, which is still pretty bad. But I think Wile Coyote has the edge here. Honestly, that's my honest opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, but let's get into the vid. Maybe you know what? Maybe it'll prove me wrong right here, right now. Let's see.
Fight! Wile Coyote, the fastest.
Let me check something real quick. All right, Wiley. Let's see.
And furriest of the Looney Tunes.
Tomcat, the powerhouse pussycat from Tom and Jerry.
The fans voted for it, and we're here to deliver.
He's Wiz.
This was the
And it's
battle
our
of
job to analyze
choice.
their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
All right. This should be fun.
In tales told over a shimmering campfire by the tribespeople of North America, there was no figure so cunning, so bold as Coyote. To the Miwok, he was a Prometheus who stole fire from the heavens to give to humanity. To the Sawatmok, he was a foolish trickster who could die and return to life.
And to the brothers Warner, he's just a poor dumb schmuck who can't catch a break.
To this day, the great Coyote stalks the Americans.
Hold. You know what? No, no, we're not. We're not gonna.
Southwest, hunting his indefatigable prey, the Roadrunner. And this modern Wile Coyote is driven by
IQ 2007, birth year 1937. He's 5'8". All right. Eternally hungry or hangry. Inspired by Mark Twain pre 1949 chase cartoon.
a ruthless entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah, and it drove him straight off a cliff. He'll chase that bird-shaped happily ever after to his own inevitable undoing. Such is the lot of the common man.
You might not expect it from an anthropomorphic canine Job, but Wile was born the son of world-famous hunter Cage E. Coyote. His father raised him from infancy to hound his avian adversary and forbade him to speak until he tasted victory. To face an easy task. Coyotes are incredibly adaptable predators, capable of hunting in both rural and urban environments.
That's
They're also
interesting.
speedy little demons. They can sprint at up to 43 miles per hour. Though that's cold comfort when that blue meeping bastard can make beams of light look stone still or outrun a car that was moving fast enough to travel through time.
Frankly, it's incredible that Wile manages to consistently keep
Oh,
up
yeah,
with his
he's-
prey at all, but he does.
No, really, it's actually stated that only a, quote, tiny little extra burst of speed separates the Coyote and the Roadrunner. Heck, Bugs Bunny himself needed to take super speed supplements in order to move fast enough to outrun Wile.
But almost as fast isn't fast enough. Fortunately, Wile's got an endless assortment of gadgets, gizmos, and reams of blueprints to make up the difference.
He's got your classics like Dynamite, Anvils, and
Good
Spring Loaded.
lord. All right. Let's see. He's batarangs. Okay, so he's batarangs. He's seeking missiles, the blasting powder, magic paint. Okay. Oh yeah, magic paint. That makes sense. Yeah, the classic. Molecular transporter, satellite laser, zero gravity spray. You lost me.
Boxing gloves, along with heavier artillery like heat-seeking missiles, a 10 billion volt electromagnet, and a friggin' trebuchet, a Reddit favorite.
Many of which he invented himself and uses in excruciatingly detailed schemes that inevitably go awry. Despite being a self-described super genius, Wile has an officially measured IQ of 3.
That's the same IQ as a cactus.
Okay, the test results were fake, but he's still an idiot.
So why not let a soulless corporation do the hard work for him?
Acme sells any product that you can imagine, and Wile is their most devoted customer, contributing up to 99% of its multi-billion-dollar revenue.
Thanks for the inherited wealth, Pops. Oh, don't
Well.
worry, I'm spending it all in one place.
He's got an Acme Book of Magic, Acme Clone-O-Matic, Acme
Huh.
Death Ray, Acme City in a Box, Acme Universal Remote, which can pause, fast forward, and rewind a person through time.
Too bad half the stuff Wile uses is intentionally sabotaged because Acme's board of directors is exclusively Roadrunners. My man cannot catch a break, but he sure can take some punishment.
No matter the severity of his failures, Wile is still a toon and can bounce back from just about anything.
He's
Anything.
been sliced, stabbed, squashed, exploded, melted, blasted into a constellation, and overall verbed for the last 87 years straight without ever actually dying. He once got fully disintegrated into ash and popped back up like it was nothing.
Similar to the immortal Coyote of Sewetmuk legend.
He's also shattered the fourth wall tons of times and even left the comic page entirely to catch the Roadrunner. So
To
close.
try and
Believe
catch
it
the
or not, there
Roadrunner.
is
Let's be
actually
specific.
a biological reason for these abilities. Looney DNA. Every toon's got it, not just the Looney ones. And it's what lets them survive fatal damage up to being fully erased off the page, essentially dictating their personal slice of reality to whatever is funny.
Like how gravity only affects the Coyote when he looks down.
Toons are immune to the laws of physics as we know them.
That's why Wile developed a counter to this immortality, the Looney DNA Dissolver, which leaves toons vulnerable to fatal wounds the same way we are. Yet again, so close. You can't say he hasn't tried everything.
It was Wile's experience as a veteran toon that landed him a job at Acme University as department chair of the School of Hard Knocks, teaching up-and-coming tiny toons how to use their abilities.
Okay, so Naruto.
And just like Naruto's jutsus, Toon
What?
Force works like an actual power system, with more experienced toons like Wile who are more powerful than their younger counterparts.
And that means Wile should be capable of replicating feats and abilities performed by any other Looney Tune, like traveling between different mediums or altering the plot of the cartoon he's in.
And my favorite was the time Plucky Duck used Marvin the Martian's matter transmogrifier to suck up the entire universe.
And then suck up the animator animating his universe.
And then suck up the animator's universe for good measure.
Wiley's got a cushy 10-year job teaching that stuff. Impressive for an abject failure at his life mission. He's helped stop a meteor from destroying Earth, beat the Monstars in basketball, and even, whoa, snap! Caught the Roadrunner! Oh, wait, never mind. So damn close!
According to 1977's Tweety and Sylvester issue 67, Wile E. Coyote has attempted to catch the Roadrunner 4,766,842 times. Scaling to the present, that's over 10 million failures.
That takes
Well.
dedication, or maybe self-destructive stubbornness. Too blinded by bird lust to see the forest for the trees.
But Acme's intentional malfunctions and Coyote's recklessness don't account for all of his catastrophes. There's something else, something grander, otherworldly,
Murphy's Law?
standing in the way of our furry friend's salvation.
Wiz, there's no other way to say it. God is just plain out to get this guy.
And by God, we mean the closest thing that exists for Coyote and Roadrunner. Chuck Jones.
The guy that created
Chuck
him and
Jones?
helped forge the Looney Tunes into how we know him today.
Originally meant to be a parody of earlier chase cartoons like, well, Tom and Jerry, Jones established several rules for their animated short.
Roadrunners cannot harm the Coyote except by going beep beep. No outside force can harm the Coyote, only his own. So there are literally laws to the Coyote. Okay. The Coyote can stop anytime if he were not a fanatic crepit. A fanatic is one who redoubles his effort when he has forgotten his aim. Okay. No dialogue ever, except beep beep. The Roadrunner must stay on the road. Otherwise, logically, he would not be called Roadrunner. All actions must be confined to natural environment of the two characters, the Southwest America desert. All material, tools, weapons, or mechanical convenience must be obtained from the Acme Corporation. Whenever possible, make gravity the Coyote's greatest enemy. The Coyote is always more humiliated than harmed by his failures.
That
Those are
Coyote's
some interesting rules.
reality-warping toon abilities.
Rules that cover his obsession, faulty products, and the fact that no outside force, not even the Roadrunner, is to blame for his defeat. Just him.
While other creatives have altered this formula in the decades since Jones's departure, these rules have effectively made the Coyote's defeats cosmically ordained.
God nerfed Wile E. Coyote. In all our years making Death Battle, we have never seen a handicap like that.
But what else can you expect from our fanatical furry fail son? He's the Sultan sultan of slapstick, the CEO of second place, the swing and a miss superstar. As long as he picks himself back up and dusts off the ashes, that'll never be all, folks, for Wile E. Coyote.
Hey! Alright, it's Tom's turn.
The year was 1939.
Oh.
War raged in Europe between the British Tommies and the German Jerrys. As the beleaguered English made their miraculous escape from the German encirclement off the coast of Dunkirk, one might have called the battle a game of cat and mouse?
Oh, wow, is that actually where their names come from? I'm looking this up.
Regardless of their names' origin, William Hanna and Joseph Barbera's infamous cat and mouse duo became the undisputed kings of slapstick comedy.
The formula is simple, and we all know it. Tom Cat chases Jerry Mouse around the house. Brutal, bone-shaking, I felt that in my balls violence ensues, and Tom is reprimanded by Mammy Two Shoes.
Who is, let's say, very much from the 1940s.
And
yeah.
Like me, all you wanted to see was Tom wipe that smug smirk off that little rat's face. Despite my well-documented hatred of cats, even I've got to cringe at years of propaganda to convince us to side with the filthy, flea-ridden rodent over man's second best friend. Oh, big yawn.
House cats like Tom are actually some of Earth's most successful predators. They can run up to 30 miles per hour, leap 6 feet high, and despite being commonly perceived as nocturnal, they're actually crepuscular and hunt in the dawn and evening.
Tom specifically is a British shorthair. They're strong, stocky Roman cats bred to withstand harsh conditions. And for Tom, harsh conditions is an understatement.
Tom has collected a crazy assortment of weapons in his war against mousekind. Sure, most of it is the stuff you can find around the average American household, like
a broom,
baseball bats, lead pipes,
and guns. Lots and lots of guns. But he's got wackier things like a magic wand, a robo-cat, vanishing cream, and a smart cap that gives him all the knowledge in the world.
I'm partial to the Sword of Light and Dark, which severs you from your own shadow, or the Rewind remote, which can move your victim backwards through time.
And you can't forget the cat car and cat jet, spelled with K's, of course.
Of course.
The cat part.
Tom's arsenal is heavily improvisational, which fits his quick thinking in fights over Thanksgiving turkey. Though he often loses his bouts with Jerry, it's not usually because he's dumb or incompetent. Rather, he's just genuinely outplayed.
And even in defeat, he's one
true.
tough son of a gun. He's been crushed, blown up, had every bone in his body broken, shattered, melted, and vaporized to dust, and survived.
Well, mostly.
Oh,
Tom actually has kicked the bucket multiple times.
There we go.
Little known cat fact, he has 9 lives, as established in the episode Heavenly Puss.
Wiz was conducting some different kind of research when he stumbled on that episode.
Very funny. Even if Tom starts to use his lives up, he has a potion that just restores them.
Or he can physically go get them back from hell. Where all cats go.
Well,
extremely hardcore for a toon, but there isn't much of a limit to what Tom can do. He can clone himself, levitate in the air, make his imagination real, and even break the fourth wall and enter the real world.
Yeah, if you only watch the classic cartoons from the 40s, you may be in for a shock.
He,
Tom and Jerry gets buck wild, much like the actual inspirations for their names. Thank you, Google.
Oh, you're still on this?
Toy Whiz. They were actually named after the 2 characters in Pierce Egan's delightful life in London, Jerry Hawthorne and Corinthian Tom. It was adapted to the stage with the title Tom and Jerry, which later became a catch-all term in 1800s England for young, drunken rabble-rousers.
One could, in fact, say that many rabbles were roused the times Tom destroyed a planet-busting asteroid, lifted up the sun, and was blown up into a constellation. And he was just fine. Just a bunch of stars now, but he's okay.
He taked an explosion that launched him through time to the Stone Age and has run through space at massively faster than light speeds.
That shouldn't be a surprise when he and Jerry have been at each other's throats for over 80 years now. But what may surprise you is the fact that at the end of the day, they're actually friends.
And they've worked together tons of times to save the day, like when they helped a little orphan girl, Robin Starling, find her way home. Oh, that's a nice end to their story.
Don't you believe it? Now is when we have to talk about Tom and Jerry
Chase.
Long ago, the warrior god, Lord of Sichuan, Erlong Shen, battled the tricksy and indomitable Mouse King atop Peach Mountain, leading the goddess...
No, stop. We're gonna stop this right. What do you mean? When did this happen? When was this? Alright. Okay. Continue.
Celeste to declare the two the strongest warriors in the realm. And they were, in fact, Tom and Jerry. They were even stronger than Devil Tom, who repelled corruption by the darkness. This mysterious, malevolent force threatened to consume the tree of life, whose branches encompass all of time and space. Banding together, these warriors used the star element to dispel the darkness and save the universe.
What the fuck?
Well, it may
Exactly.
sound completely insane. It is. Chase is a Chinese mobile gacha game whose lore is not entirely in keeping with the spirit of the source material. However, it is officially licensed by Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment, which means we have to include it in our research.
So that the gods may grant us mere mortals some heavenly push.
No.
Friendly rivalry aside, though, Tom has actually managed to catch the little rat fair and square a few times.
By my count of the original shorts, 19 times.
I could watch him on repeat forever. Too bad he's still a filthy feline. The only kitty I truly respect is named after booze.
Well then, you're in luck, because the Tom and Jerry of English literature later became the namesake for a famous Christmas cocktail.
Because there's no better way to get absolutely trashed than with good old Tom and Jerry.
All right. I mean,
Yeah.
my choices stay the same. The little, what was it? The big feat of them like absorbing the universe, and then the creative universe. Yeah, nah. Tom and Jerry's strong, but nothing comes compared to that. Nothing really stands out. I'm pretty sure it's still Wiley. Wiley wins this.
Guess what? Death Battle has merch now.
That's right, Boomstick, and you can pick some up for yourself on our brand new website. The combatants are set, and we've run the
All
data
right, let's
through
do
all
this.
Possibilities. It's time for a Death
Death
Battle.
Ooh, give it to me. Domesticat, Fila Cactus Victimus. Oh, this is some classic. Meepus. Alright. Hamish Smuckus. Fight. Alright. Alright, this is just... Wait, what? Alright. Okay, this is the Looney DNA.
You wanna live forever?
Yeah, this is Looney DNA. The fat lady. Alright, okay, this is pretty fun. Okay. Alright, this is pretty good. Whew. High speed tonic. Why? Alright, okay. This is really good. I'm pretty sure And this. How about this? See, you like it. Wait. No way. Oh, he lived.
Wile E. Coyote, super genius.
Well, I assumed that this is how I assumed it to happen, but
Oh, thank God one of them actually died this time. I mean, no! Animal cruelty, no!
Considering coyotes eat cats, I'm not surprised.
While both
All right.
Cat and Coyote were incredibly powerful, they weren't literal gods who could snap their problems away. They had limitations and weaknesses that could be exploited, especially by each other. Let's first talk their stats.
all right.
We're strong enough to contend with universe-threatening phenomena, but comparing Wile to Plucky Duck, Looney Tunes
Yeah.
can not only destroy their own universe, but their animators as well.
And while Tom could move faster than light, Wile could keep up with the Roadrunner, who could outspeed a car fast enough to travel through time. That's immeasurably fast, and much faster than Tom. Wile gets the edge in stats.
All right.
Wile's arsenal was a bit better too, believe it or not. Even eliminating the devices that have been shown to malfunction, he still countered everything Tom had.
The biggest being the Looney DNA Dissolver, which could render
The-
Tom's cartoony
Nope.
healing factor moot and
Ooh.
end the fight.
While Tom has never been shown to have Looney DNA
Uh-oh.
specifically, the concept clearly has nothing to do with actual DNA molecules.
Sorry.
Looney Tunes have been erased completely and still returned, so it's clearly something more
Oh
fundamental.
my goodness. All right. A lot of things just
Wile
happened there.
gets the edge in stats.
Wile's arsenal was a bit better too, believe it or not. Even eliminating the devices.
I just
that-
wanted to read this. The traded creation ensured Acme Gear would fail. All right. Smart Cap increased intelligence odds of winning, but he can regenerate better. Magnetism counters Tom's tech, including Smart Cap. More variety time manipulation conceal soul. When was that a thing? Various form of mind control.
Have been shown to malfunction, he still countered everything Tom had.
The biggest being the Looney DNA Dissolver, which could render Tom's cartoony healing factor moot and end the fight.
While Tom has never been shown to have Looney DNA specifically, the concept clearly has nothing to do with actual DNA molecules.
Looney Tunes have been erased completely and still returned, so it's clearly something more fundamental to their essence.
And since the Dissolver works on any tunes, not just the Looney ones, it should apply to Tom. But considering how much of a screw-up Wile is, it wasn't a sure bet. Hell, it could have backfired, especially considering how much more competent Tom is.
When it came to intelligence, Wile's engineering and scheming genius were often defeated by his own ego and stubbornness.
Yep.
Tom, on the other hand, was consistently more flexible, pragmatic, and victorious in his fights. He definitely gets the edge there.
Oh, and
Hey.
Tom has one other big advantage. He doesn't have God nerfing him.
And that's the big question. Was Tom capable enough to benefit from Wile's narrative-enforced bad luck and see the DNA Dissolver backfire against him?
That bad luck is a core part of Wile's character as a cartoon. So let's call it his, toonliness.
To find the answer, we dug deep through the bowels of Looney Tunes lore and ended up in an unexpected place: Space Jam.
Where Wile yet again fails against the Roadrunner, but against the villains of the movie, the Monstars, he actually scores.
And scores again in the sequel, more than anyone else. But according to Chuck
Huh.
Jones' rules, that shouldn't happen, right?
Throughout his entire history, Wile's cosmically ordained failures only occur when he's specifically chasing the Roadrunner or other tunes the plot
So pretty
runs
much-
around like bugs, because that's what Chuck Jones's rules were written for.
Wait a sec. Kelly could stop anytime if he weren't not a fanatic, so if he doesn't have to deal with the Roadrunner, he can win any fight. That's what you're saying?
Coyote and Roadrunner cartoons.
And even then, looking closely, they've been broken a few times throughout the decades, even during Chuck Jones's tenure.
Without the universe nerfing him, there's no reason to think Wile couldn't eventually land a hit with the Looney DNA Dissolver.
Especially when the only reason it failed was because of the Roadrunner's intervention, a direct violation of Chuck Jones's limitations on the Coyote.
And especially when it's the only thing that either one had that could kill the other.
Despite lacking Wile's narrative impediments, and despite having a better track record overall, Tom ultimately had no surefire way to kill Wile, whereas Wile's superior strength, speed, and Looney arsenal ensured his victory.
Wile gave one hell of a chase
Alright.
and left Tom Jones in for a rematch.
The winner
Ugh.
is Wile Coyote.
That's what we like to see. That was a good battle. Oh. Our Deku versus Miles? If this is comic Miles Morales, then Midoriya loses easy. If this is comic book Miles, and this is just Into the Spider-Verse Miles, Midoriya wins this. It's literally just, it depends on if they're using all his knowledge or it's like specifically Into the Spider-Verse. Then it's just, then Midoriya's got this. So yeah, Miles is probably going to win, but if it's, you know, like I said, I'm really hoping it's, maybe we'll see at the end here. Hold up. Nope, it's just Spider-Man versus Deku. Yep. All right. Well, you know Miles is gonna win this, but with that, that's gonna be the end of the video, everybody. Just that was a fun vid. All right, that was good. I enjoyed it. I hope you did too. So I hope you all have a great evening, morning, night, wherever you are, and I'll catch you all in the next vid. Peace out. Love you all. Later.